do you prefer a silent, motion-detecting camera just following the movement on the court? Let's face it, the only real way to watch your favorite team is through Morris Essex Sports' award-winning service that brings you play-by-play commentary, live instant replays, cool cinematic graphics, real-time scoreboard, fun fan engagement, and much, much more. Plus, all of our broadcasts are free to watch. Grandparents can easily pull it up on their smart TVs, and alumni can watch from all over the world. So, if you want to reserve us, have your games broadcasted the Morris Essex Sports way, then just reach out to me, George Muha, at george@morrisessexsports.com, or call or text me at 973-713-5944.
Choosing a college is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school,
like me,
exploring career options,
like me,
or seeking lifelong learning,
like me,
make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
Oh.
Me in this game, we got big plans. Overcoming every challenge. And right now, that means getting by him. It means putting in the time to get faster, to get stronger. One thing is for certain, I will never be outworked.
Not enough?
Never.
All right.
WIS gives me the freedom to be entrepreneurial, innovative. I feel supported to bring 100% of myself and my personality to work each and every day. I'm the CEO of WIS Family Office. I have 2 amazing children. I'm the daughter of French and Italian immigrants. Above all, I'm someone who derives strength and confidence from my ability to connect with others, and I strive to make a difference in their lives.
Hi, I'm Rob Gusweiler. As the branch manager of our Parsippany location for North Point Bank, I can tell you emphatically that our customers continue to sing our praises. Our community values us as much as we at North Point value our team. Our goal is to always exceed our clients' expectations. If you're just zipping through life and need a helping hand with any of your home buying decisions, please give us a call today.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
I enjoy helping nonprofits achieve their goals and really accomplish their mission, namely by nurturing my relationship with them, their staff, their donors, their volunteers, and their board members. I think the key to being trusted is really transparency. What I've seen time and time again is that when you give anything the right conditions, the support, the autonomy, trust, your full attention, it will thrive. This is as true for my clients and for my colleagues as it is for myself here at WIS.
Maximum Health Physical Therapy is an individually owned practice with offices in Bud Lake and Long Valley, New Jersey. Our licensed therapists use hands-on manual therapy and are actively involved in our patients' progress. We use a collaborative team approach, which benefits our patients, and we accept most insurance plans, including Medicare. We offer ARPWave neurotherapy, which accelerates healing 10 times faster, drastically decreases chronic pain, is FDA approved, and is covered by most insurance companies. Please visit us at MaximumHealthPT.com and regain the life you love. Jen Basilino of the Kosher Real Estate Group, LLC, is a Morris County top real estate agent and New Jersey Circle of Excellence Award winner year over year that takes the time and care to understand your real estate needs and concerns. She's extremely...
The goal, we reset, and TJ Santata has it for the Vikings. Santata brings it right past two defenders. Look at this speed in the open ice. Santata, great stick handling, great shot. Here's Carlotti, in the end zone. It is caught. Charge. Good to the pass. Here's a shot right in front. Score!
And that is a base hit. The run will score. And
freshman Polachek gets the strike.
Anthony Grauso is going to make sure that the Wolfpack fans go home happy.
Grauso for three. He got it! Ah!
Elite Soccer Club. For the visitors, at number 2, Rami Akus. Number 4, Alex West. Number 7, Nicole Santos de Sosa. Number 8, Elizabeth Hall. Number 10, Daniela Ribeiro de Sosa. Number 15, Tatiana Lonek. Number 12, Brittany Cummins. Number 16, Kayla Gonzalez Ayer. And number 20, Lisa Katz. And for the home team, the Morris Elite Soccer Club, at goaltender number 0, Arden Lembrick. Number 3, Jessica Corman. Number 4, Bridget Dujet. Number 7, Angelina Vargas. Number 9, Maria Orojo. Number 11, Elizabeth Gallagher. Number 13, Grace Denblake. Number 18, Melinda Rebembas. Number 19, Henna Endacon. Number 21, Daniela Borino. And number 22, Courtney Root. Play ball. Nick Carlson here for Morris Sussex Sports, as well as the Morris Elite Soccer Club. They're going to be taking on the Manhattan Soccer Club here for the first time in Rutgers, Newark, here at Frederick Douglass Field. Both teams in their debuts taking on each other today. Morris Elite coming off of a phenomenal last season in their 12 games played. 8 wins, 1 loss, and 3 ties. So a phenomenal season for them. And when I talked to Coach Steph Savino as well as Scott Maloney, they had talked about prior to some of the warm-ups, they feel like they have a better team this year than they do last year, which is kind of crazy enough because 8 wins and 1 loss in general, 2 ties. And to go off as well as a 1-game win streak at the same time compared to Manhattan SC, who they kind of sat at the bottom of the standings, 4-7-1. I mean, they were only averaging about 2 goals a game, if that. Kind of sat at that 1.5 mark in general. They kind of ended the season on a 3-game losing streak at the same time as well. Last season, Morris Elite actually beat them 1-0. That goal coming late in the game. Definitely a tale of 2 different teams as you look at some of the new players, some of the returning players. So many, I'd say, teams have changed so far in this season. You look at kind of who's returned and who's come back. You look at Arden Lembrick. She's returning. She didn't play a lot of goalie last year. She does make her return. Jessica Corman is new. She's in the starting rotation. She will be coming as well. Bridget Dujets is returning from Marist. As you look at Angelina Vargas at the same time, just some of the starters is coming back as well. And then Marina Orojo is returning as well, so a good sight to see as well. But a lot of it comes down to the girls that they've already missed. You look at some of the key starters that they've had that they were able to kind of get a lot going with. Lauren Wrigley comes to mind in general. 7 goals and an assist to go along with her 15 points. So you're losing out on Lauren Wrigley, but you got a lot of new girls coming up, and it all starts with Melina Rabimbas, who's playing for the girls national team. She's been phenomenal at Rutgers Prep as we're underway here with an 8:30 start time, and it's going to start with the ball quickly going out of bounds. Talk about Melina Rabemba. This is her first year on the team. A phenomenal player, as well as 2022 Girls Soccer Player of the Year. So she's been able to show what she's been able to do as the ball set off into the offensive zone, and then now moving with it. Both teams controlling in the neutral, but now Morris Elite in the offensive. As now a cutter over, and finally a ball fluttered out of bounds. You look at kind of the way that it's set up for Manhattan and Morris, as Manhattan likes to run a 3-4-4 and Morris a 1-3-2-4. So definitely 2 different skills. It's basically just been all Morris Elite in this one, as a lot of it's been a lot of neutral, specifically in the center, a minute through, as really we haven't had a touch so far from Manhattan, making the travel from about 45 minutes or so, hour, coming all the way to Frederick Douglass Field, as ball that finally goes out of bounds in a minute 15 through. Not a lot of action early in this one. As finally the throw in now over into the side. And recollecting is the defense. And finally Arden Lembrick gets her first touch. Arden Lembrick, she didn't play in a lot of games last season. She wasn't really in general the starting goalie. Kind of flipped around as the ball now sets up back in the center. And now here come Manhattan up ahead. Now finds a cutter up ahead with it and finally gets stopped. There's a ball that just gets set back over into the box. Now trying to get it back to Lembrick. Look that way, and now goes the opposite direction. As now Denblaker tries to set one up now into the corner before it goes out of bounds. Denblaker looking to throw in. taking her time, not knowing where to go. Finally just chucks it in and gets one set up. Has now pushed over. Making way into the center. Vargas had it, now Denblaker. Denblaker sends it back to Barino, and now on the far side, 2.5 minutes through. No one really been able to penetrate. The Elite have been close. But now it's the ball that finally gets set in. Vargas was the receiver of the pass. Now Denblaker connects. And now ball set up ahead. Finally an opening. Moving around. Gets around a couple. And now set up back over inside the box. Ball that just gets pushed away. And then finally fluttered out of bounds. Morris Elite doing a phenomenal job so far of keeping it away from Manhattan. Manhattan really has not been able to, besides that one in the beginning, has not really been able to kind of move it into the third level. Morris Elite, on the other hand, a free kick coming. So 3:15 through. Denblaker winds up and fires in a corner. Gets headed up in the air, still inside the box, and finally punched away. Now making a run for it. Elite trying to keep it, and they do, back over at center. As Rudin Barino play pass back and forth, and ends up with Lembrick. Now back over to Rudin. Root looking for somewhere to go, sets it back over. Corman with it, and then now back to Rudin. Lembrick will receive it again. And then now Manhattan doing a good job of pressuring. Now ball up ahead, trying to set up Vargas. Vargas can't get a hold of it. And now moving back up with it, a ball that gets punched back over, now all the way over to the corner. Be interesting to see if they go back towards Lembrick, and they do. So basically she's been the point guard of this offense so far in this one, just trying to get it across the center, but Morris Elite has not really been able to penetrate. A team that was phenomenal last season at 8-1-3. Haven't really even seen Menendez go. Still early in this one, 4 minutes through is a shot in, and Lembrick finally gets her first save of the season. A launch from just outside the box, and Lembrick gets her first save, so gets that first one out of the way. Joella Chase played a good amount of time in goal last season. Lembrick gets the start, and then now a ball set up. 4:44 through, and now ball set into the box. Bouncing all around, now moves into the corner. Doing a good job with it is Manhattan. Moving to the corner as now a couple bodies fall, and Morris Elite ends up with it now over into the side and back with it. Just a ball that rolls out of bounds. A lot of miscommunication as a corner kick coming here for Manhattan. It's going to be Lisa Katz, the one to kick it. Lisa Katz was doing a little bit of battling down there with some of the defenders from Morris Elite over on that far side, but an opportunity coming as Lisa Katz puts the ball down, and it's going to be Manhattan with the corner here. The first corner kick we're seeing from both of these teams is now a ball set up and in, headed up, still in the box. Now finally punched away by the Elite. Vargas trying to range it down. She's using her speed, gets around, and now moving off the side. Vargas moving quickly and punched up ahead. She's got a cutter, moving over, recollects, fires the shot, just a little wide open layup, and the first goal of the season comes via Morris Elite. Vargas with a beautiful play there, set up with the sprints, and 5 minutes and 58 seconds through, Morris Elite's got their first goal of the season. 1-0, they lead over Manhattan. A beautiful play here by Vargas, running straight up the line. And then just on the other side, Kayla comes wide out. Just too far outside the box and just has her cutting right behind. A beautiful play there by Morris Elite, and Coach Steph Savino said before the game, we are ready for this one. And a good opportunity right there, as that was Melinda Rabebas, the one who notches the goal. As now they continue with the pressure, Rabimbas back with it, now moving over towards the net. Runs up ahead, does a couple moves, does a couple more moves, now stops and fires back. Now pushes all the way. Corman received the pass, pushes one up towards the net, and headed away. Ends up back towards Rabimbas, and Manhattan set to go again. So Rabimbas, the 2022 Player of the Year for women's soccer, goes to Rutgers Prep. He's going to be on the U.S. team. A phenomenal girl, phenomenal player, and she hasn't even graduated high school. As now Rumi looking for somewhere to go, intercepted by Vargas at center. Vargas punches one up ahead, finds a cutter, but it gets punched away. Now back towards the other side. A great heads-up play there. Kyla Holmes being tested early in this one. And now finally back towards center. So 7:43 through. Manhattan has not really had control of the ball a lot as Denblaker takes the ball. Denblaker actually left Monday's practice with a black eye, or at least a forming one, after she ran into a little bit of a head-on collision with a couple girls while chasing down a ball. Regardless, she looks to be okay as Corman sets one back for Lembrick, and they'll slow down the pace. 8 minutes and 8 seconds through. A 1-0 game. Morris Elite leads. Now Barino sets one back. Lembrick once again controlling the offense. Gives it over to Corman. Moving with it. Now fires one up. Rabimbas now not there, and now moving up ahead. Cummins with it. Cummins moving on the near side. Skips around a couple. Has an angle. Fires a shot. Lembrick with a save off the hands. Just off her right side. 2 saves from Lembrick, and this score still stays at 1-0. Morris Elite in control with a corner kick coming. It was earlier that Cats had lined up for it. It looks to be that Elizabeth Hall is going to be the one to do it. And it will be. So Elizabeth Hall makes her way over towards that corner. Had a good opportunity with the last corner kick. Hall, the one who kicked it last time. She's going to kick it this time. Hall sets one up and just far out of reach. Manhattan had a couple runners going behind, but regardless, it's just going to be Morris Elite ball. Couple of close calls there. One with the Arden Lembrick save, and then the corner kick as well. Morris Elite still up 1-0. 9.5 through as a ball set back. Now up ahead, Corman. Corman now plays it back. And now Barino now finds Denblaker. Denblaker up ahead. And then now here come the Morris Elite. Up ahead. Finds a streaker. 10 minutes through. We could have potential 2. Moving into the box. Now fires a shot. Gets a ball on it, and it just flutters off to the right. A little bit of a spin on it. Dujas had an opportunity there inside the box. Kyla Holmes, excuse me, kind of just watched it go by. A ball that kind of fluttered off the foot of Dujas, a little weird. Now officially 10 through, and Corman plays the ball off her head. Rabimbas collects, and then it ends up getting stolen away. Cummins doing a good job controlling it. Now Dujas with it. Back up, and now stolen away, but it goes out of bounds, so no signal yet on who it's going to be, and it's going to be Manhattan ball. It's going to be Rummy, the one to throw it in. Morris Elite still applying the pressure. Had a good amount of goals last season. Problem is that the majority of them came from girls who are no longer on this team, specifically Wrigley. Regardless, you got Rabimbas. As Morris Elite still applying the pressure. Kyla Holmes doing a good job as well, just recollecting. Manhattan doing a good job of passing in their own zone and finally set one up and get it away. Still doing a good job with it. Morris Elite recollects and now sets it back up. Arrojo with it before it gets stolen away, and Manhattan doing a good job of controlling now Morris Elite. And Kyla Holmes will just recollect back once again. So 11:34 through. Morris Elite up 1-0 before a ball that flutters on that line. Didn't go out of bounds. And then now back over towards the middle. Morris Elite back up with it, and they'll set it up for Lembrick. So Lembrick doing a good job navigating around this Manhattan offense as Corman punches one up. Rabimbas was there, but really no one else is now able to collect it. Is Rabimbas. Now finds a cutter. over to Dujets, finds another cutter and ends up falling. A good opportunity there for the Morris Elite as now there's a body on the ground for Manhattan holding her stomach. I don't have a number yet. It looks to be Kayla Gonzalez. She was the one who was holding her stomach inside the box, still holding her stomach, but regardless, seems to be okay as it's going to be a corner kick. Gonzalez took a little bit of a hard fall there. Andicon went down with her. But regardless, the Morris Elite have their first corner kick, not only of the game, but of the season. Coming right here with 12:47 left to go, or 12:47 through. Has the corner on the way. A ball inside the box, gets headed back, and now over, fires one up, and it just gets punched over to the side. Arrojo, the one who had the best opportunity at it. Still a 1-0 game. Morris Elite's been basically all in control, besides at around the 8-minute mark, as another opportunity here. Pushing over towards the middle. Lonick with it. Lonick fires one up, finds a cutter, and it just gets punched away by Gallagher. As Gallagher recollects it, now setting one back up for Rabimbas. Rabimbas makes a couple moves around, now moves over and takes a fall and whistles blow. Elizabeth Hall not happy. Rabimbas looked like she got her legs tangled up. Regardless, a free kick coming for Morris Elite. Rabimbas looked like she was going to take the kick, but it just ends up going back to center. Gallagher playing pass. Root doing a good job of controlling, and now Root punches one up. Vargas trying to settle it down, but just a little too far out of her reach. You look at how last year went, and you had Lauren Wrigley, but you also had Bridget Dujets, too, who had 3 goals and 3 assists. 9 points, too. Claire Manning. A lot of these girls who are at that top are no longer here. As another opportunity inside the box. Morris Elite doing a great job of navigating around the defenders of Manhattan as they finally fire one away towards Root. And Root just watches it go as she waits for the throw-in. Regardless, Vargas, Rabimbas, all projected to be some of the main goal scorers as the forwards. Andicon as well. You have Dujets, who also had second in point scoring, and then Orozco at the same time. So you've got some of your top 4 right now in the forward position, as now 15 minutes through, and a good opportunity here for Morris Elite, recollecting and sends one back up. Vargas was a runner, but just headed away. As now Morris Elite still with it and now punched over, and then just setting back up the defense. Arrojo's been all around the ball. Vargas too. Vargas was the one who set up the Rabimbas play. But it's going to be Manhattan trying to move the ball. Now pushed up with it. Corman gets a hand on it. And now Dujets just watches it go out of bounds. As a throw-in coming here for Manhattan. A little bit of a nifty move there. Rummy, the one who recollects. Now sends one back up. A bunch of one touches, and now Rummy back with it. Now over, Hall. Hall back over. And 16 minutes through. Kyla Holmes has been under a lot of fire so far in this one. Morris Elite's been all over the box. A lot of good opportunities. Lembrick had one, as now finds a cutting Vargas. Vargas gets behind the defense, moves inside the box, just a little too far out of her reach, finally recollects, sets back up and pushes one up. Rabimbas was the receipt of the pass, but a little too close for comfort there for Manhattan, as a good opportunity there for Morris Elite. And Manhattan just sets one back up. Gorman gets a hand on it, but it's going to end up in Manhattan's hands. They're doing a good job of transporting across. As now Santos de Sosa, the receipt of the pass, just a little too far out of her reach. But regardless, 3 corner kicks so far in this one, a free kick as well. 2 of them, Manhattan. 1 of them was Morris. Morris Elite coming off their phenomenal season, looking to regenerate it. As now moving quickly, Morris Elite up ahead. Gallagher tried to set up a cutter, but just too far out of the reach of Andicon. So many of these girls from Morris Elite. You look at the starting lineup in general, 3 of them out of the 11 went to Loyola, Maryland. So they've had some time together. As now Corman tries to kick around, and then just a ball that gets set back up. Manhattan just can't seem to really cross that center line with really anything going on. Besides the Lembrick 2 saves, not a lot of good opportunities here for Manhattan. Different story for Morris Elite, 17 minutes through. As Kyle Holmes looking to set up the offense once again. A lot of passing back and forth, and now ball set up. Now steps in front of it. Here comes Morris Elite. Andicon up ahead. Now finds a cutter into the corner. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Moving around. A lot of nifty moves. Sets it back out. Now here comes Arrojo. Arrojo fires a shot, and it just gets punched away. She recollects, though. Now Denblaker with it. Finds over in a cutter. Spins around, and finally gets taken away. A bunch of nifty moves here from the Morris Elite as Gallagher ends up back with it. Trying to set one up, and a ball that gets stolen away. Cummins doing a good job of getting a foot on it, and she ends up back with it. Denblaker on her, trying to shift around her. Denblaker playing tight on her, moving up on her. Cummins lost it for a second. Now ball out of bounds, last off Denblaker. Cat's doing a good job as well, but a ball that once again just goes out of bounds. Morris Elite doing a good job of pressuring on the near lines. And once again, Morris Elite back up with it. 19-10 through. For the Morris Elite, you've lost Wrigley. You look at some of the tops as well. Kimberly Breedis, Natalie Ramirez. Some of your top girls not here, the new and returning ones. There's 6 returning and there's 5 new. So definitely a lot for head coach Steph Savino to work with. As a ball that gets punched once again out of bounds. Andicon couldn't control it. She's got those orangish pink cleats. Really can't miss her. As now Manhattan once again moving quickly. Finally, one of their first offensive possessions is a long ball set over. Cummins collects, now moves into the box with the left, moves around now with the right, now steps up back outside the box, and still with it and fires it back out. Manhattan doing a good job as finally Morris Elite sends it back. Andicon now with it. And it just goes out of bounds on her, so it'll be Manhattan here. Just about parallel with the box is 20 minutes through. 25 left to go here in the first half. Morris Elite got on the board early with that 7-minute goal. Rabimbas, the one with the goal. As Barino doing a good job of keep away. And finally, it's going to go out of bounds on Manhattan. Lembrick, we haven't seen her touch the ball in probably about 5-6 minutes or so. She finally touches one. Lembrick with 2 huge saves. Point blank was one of them. As Denblaker, a couple of nifty moves. Now looks ahead, finds over. Andicon over on the far side. Finally gets that one and now moves inside the box. Andicon sets one up. Vargas sets it, fires a shot, and it gets punched up. Kyla Holmes, a beautiful right-handed save, just punched it up in the air. We have a corner kick coming here from Morris Elite. Already up 1, looking to make it 2. As it looks to be Rabimbas heading over to the corner. If it is, you're going to have Andicon, Arrojo, Denblaker, Gorman, all inside the box. So either second goal kick or corner kick of the day, 4th overall, as a ball pushed in, headed up, now still in the box. Andicon tries to collect it. A ball that gets off the crossbar. Still once again inside the box. Gallagher sets, fires a shot, and just misses left. Kyla Holmes has been under a lot of pressure so far in this one. Gets saved by the crossbar as well as a right hand, and then a ball that just misses wide. But in that last 2 minutes, Morris Elite was everywhere. As Kyla Holmes ends up back with it. Now Cummins with it. And a ball that gets punched off of Andicon, and still doing a good job is Morris Elite. It's going to be Dujets putting all the pressure, and then finally Manhattan gets one away. Gallagher got a hand on it, and Denblaker ends up back with it. They'll reset back at center, and 22-50 through. Still 1-0. Could definitely be at least 2 or 3. It's been all Morris Elite in this one. As Corman moves around and finally gets it back at center. Gallagher, a little bit of an ankle breaker there over at center, finally sends one back over to the left side. Vargas doing a good job of moving. Now Rabimbas in the center, does a couple moves, finally gets the ball poked away. Manhattan able to shut down Rabimbas finally. Rabimbas, so far in this one, does have the goal. Also, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast, 2022 Soccer Player of the Year. She's been phenomenal. When I talked to Coach Steph Savino, she said that she expects Rabimbas to tear it up today, and she already has a 1 goal on the board. I mean, she could make it 2 or 3 as Rabimbas now back with it. Rabimbas moving quickly, using that speed, sets up at the box, fires a shot, and it's just over. Kyla Holmes has been watching a lot of these come her way. Lemrick really hasn't had to face a whole lot. Regardless, she does have 2 saves. One of them was point blank. But Lemrick in her 8 games played, 5 goals against and 23 saves, making her save percentage 82%. You look at Joella Chase, she had a little bit of a better one, 86%, but regardless, only 5 games played. Joella Chase, 2 goals against. .24-30 through. Rabimbas with the goal. As well as you look at last year, Jenna Pika's, well, 1 game played, 1 save. Did not allow a goal though in her only start. Did have a save percentage of 1,000. But now 25 minutes through, and it's been all more. So Alita's Andicon takes a fall. It was a little bit of an aggressive fall. She gets up quickly and takes off. Free kick coming here for Morris Elite. And Denblaker to collect it. Denblaker up ahead for Gorman. Gorman moves it over, now fires one. Almost had it over the head of a couple of Manhattan defenders, but Dujets just wasn't really paying attention. Kyla Holmes finally sets one out, now outside the box. Andicon gets a foot on it, another turnover, now sets up, has a cutter over Dujets, a one-on-one, and finally Kyla Holmes slides out and makes a save. Kyla Holmes, phenomenal when she's been given the opportunity, but regardless, that layup goal earlier for Rabimbas, other than that, Holmes has been great. As Cummins now sets over on the left side, moving over, fires one, and it bounces off for a corner kick. Coming here for Manhattan. Make it their 3rd of the game. 5th for both of these teams combined, with Morris Elite having 2. And then 3, this one coming here for Manhattan. It was Katz and Hall, the ones who were trading shifts back and forth in the corner. It seemed like if it was the far side, it was going to be Katz. But now on the near side, it's Hall. As Denblaker comes out to guard the potential receipt of the pass. Regardless, the corner kick sent on through. Rummy collects, and now ball gets pushed back out. Still with it, now trying to get rid of it. Finally, Morris Elite gets rid of it. And it's going to be Rabimbas. Rabimbas has a couple of cutters, fires one up, no offsides call seems to be on the horizon as finally whistles blow. It did seem like Vargas had a couple steps. Just got a little too far behind, and the offside call kind of stuns the Morris Elite. As 1-0 through 27-21. Story of the game's been Rabimbas, but you can make the argument that the story at the same time has been Kyla Holmes. She's been under a lot. That defense hasn't really done a whole lot to help, and it doesn't help with the fact that the offense for Morris Elite's been phenomenal. As finally whistles blow at center. A lot of arguments back and forth. Gonzalez was the one who kind of shook her head as a free kick coming. And then finally back with it. Rabimbas doing a good job. Moving around everybody. Moves inside the box. Finds it over. Dujets fires one and right into the chest of Holmes. 28-13 through. Holmes a boatload of saves. Manhattan doing a good job, and finally a turnover. Kind of a little bit of a head-scratching pass there as Orojo sets one up, and then another turnover by Morris Elite. So they trade turnovers there in that couple seconds, and now push back. Manhattan doing a good job. Morris Elite doing a little bit better. It's 28-44 through. Rummy doing a good job of controlling a ball that was set for Cummins. Now Gorman collects it, and now Barrino with it. Barrino pushes one over, and it just rushes just down that line and out of bounds. So a throw in coming. The Rough Riders, the second team at 8-2-2. Really the only competition that Morris Elite really had. You look at the Long Island Rough Riders, 8-2-2, Queensboro 8-3-1, Cedar Stars 8-3-1. All those teams at the top, and then a lot of teams at the bottom. It was 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom. You had AC Connecticut at the bottom as well. Manhattan SC, one of those teams, 6th in the standings. Westchester Flames as well, and then FA Euro New York too. They didn't win a game last season at 0-11, so definitely teams that Morris Elite can capitalize on when they play them later on in the season. Cedar Stars did go on a 4-game winning streak as well. Started off the season at 4-3-1 and then ripped off 4 straight, making it 8-3-1. As Morris Elite's offense, I wouldn't say it was lacking, but an 18 plus or minus. Long Island Rough Riders, on the other hand, 38 plus minus. So definitely a team that can do a lot with their forwards in that offensive zone. Morris Elite doing a good job of limiting that. But with 30-27 through and 15 minutes left to go, Rabimbas on the receipt of the pass couldn't collect it. And finally Manhattan once again threw it, as now getting over a slide tackle, moving quickly. Here comes Gallagher. Gallagher sets one up, has Vargas. Now Duchet's with it, over to the near side. Duchet's fires one off, gets headed up, and now into the box. Morris Elite trying to do something, in a ball pushed off the left side. A good opportunity there. Duchet's was the one who crossed it over, but no one really on the receipt of the pass. Gallagher was set up by a perfect jump over a slide tackle. And with 14 minutes left to go in this half, Manhattan really has not had a good scoring chance besides that point-blank shot where Lembrick made a beautiful save. That was about 6 minutes through, and 25 minutes later, we really haven't seen a lot from Manhattan. Kyla Holmes working as the point guard duties, and Rabimbas able to take one away. Now over, Arroyo finds a cutter. Vargas just a little too far out of her reach, and Holmes just had to come out and collect it. Holmes sets one up. Manhattan trying to do something with it. Gorman over with it. Cummins comes over to try to take it away, but Denblaker ends up with it. Now Denblaker up ahead of Rojo. Finds a cut in Vargas once again, just too far out of her reach. You got to think once they start to time it up, specifically Vargas and Rojo, that's when the goals are going to be poured on. And Kyla Holmes, who has been great so far, is going to start to run into trouble as Barrino kicks it back up for Morris Elite. No whistle blew. As Denblaker closing in on Santos de Sosa, now up ahead. Barrino moving it with her feet, and it finally goes out of bounds. So a goal kick coming. It's going to be Lembrick the one with it. And she moves it over to the near side. Gallagher, who had that beautiful play just about a minute ago, with it.
Pivot. Nick, pivot. Drop here. Nick, drop off a little.
Now Gorman's doing a good job, specifically at controlling the plays. Been on the receipt of a lot of the scoring opportunities as Denblaker threads the needle through. Now over, Rabimbas tries to find a cutter. Now over to Andicon. Andicon over on the far side, moving quickly and fires the shot and scores! Rabimbas once again. Her second goal of the game, second goal of the season. 33 minutes through, and Rabimbas already has 2 goals. I mean, she's been phenomenal so far in this one. It was perfectly set up by Andicon, and Rabimbas just going right inside the middle. I mean, another layup there for Rabimbas. She had the very easy one earlier, but that one a little bit more pressure on her. Just kind of pushed it inside the back of the net. 33-51 through. Rabimbas has Morris Elite up 2-0. So now Manhattan in that 2-0 hole. Controlling at center, and now pushing back. Just almost 10 minutes left till the end of the first half, and a lot of adjustments to make here for Manhattan. Stuchic's doing a good job working over on the defense. Vargas as well getting in front. Now Rabimbas takes a couple steps. And then now over towards the near side. Now a ball set up ahead, trying to find the run, and Lembrick is just going to be the receipt of the pass. And now a ball that gets good over to Rabimbas. Rabimbas, a little bit of a bicycle kick there, trying to keep it in, but just bounced on the line. Regardless, she's got 2 goals, so anything she really does from here on out really won't matter. She kicks it out once again. So Rabimbas doing a good job of just trying to limit the opportunities here for Manhattan. Lemrick really hasn't had a lot to do besides the saves early. Under 10 minutes. Beyond that, 25 minutes through, she hasn't had to make a save. As Manhattan moving inside the box. Morsley doing a good job of getting it away. And finally, Rabimbas collects and sets it back up. Andicon moves it up ahead and just a little too far out of the reach of Vargas as everybody watches it go by. And a throw-in coming here for Manhattan. You look at last season, talked about it, the 8-3-1 and the 1-0 game between Manhattan. You're already off to a little bit of a better start in a 2-0 game. They played in Manhattan, so for whatever difference that makes, Manhattan just losing that game 1-0. Only 6 games at home for the Morris Elite. Definitely a lot different this year. Got a good amount of games at home as Andicon, all the receipt of the pass. And then pushes one up. Rabimbas looking for the pass once again and finally collects it at center. Now pushes one up. Andicon over. Looking to work. And then now moves it into the middle. Andicon moving in. Fires a shot and just a bouncing ball. Holmes a good save. Really didn't have to do a lot, but regardless, Vargas still doing a good job of defending. Rabimbas gets involved as well and finally sent back as whistles blow as Manhattan on the ground. Rabimbas looked to have been the one to potentially have shoved her. As potentially subs coming in. Here for Manhattan. It's 37-11 through as coaches wave it off, and they're going to have her sit back down. No signal yet on exactly who it is. It looked to be Jalen Vasilio. But regardless, they're going to have her sit back down. It's now a ball punched back up towards the line, and now Cummins with it. Cummins looking for somewhere to go. Looking at Hall, and Cummins spins around a couple, moves with the left, finds Hall, back over inside the corner, Katz with it, fires a shot, pushed up and over, and able to push it away is the Elite. As now Gallagher once again moving with it. The last time they had the goal, she was the one who started it. Now ball pushed over, Denblaker. Right on the middle R, Gorman with it. Moving over on the near side, Gorman moving with the left, gives it over. Duchette's just a little too far out of her reach. And another bunch of good opportunities there from the Morris Elite Soccer Club, just a little too far out of the reach. As now finally it looks to be Jalen Vasilio, the one to come in, potentially holding the yellow penny. A Boney Birch as well. So it's officially going to be Hannah Light to take a seat. A Boney Birch that comes in, Jalen Vasilio as well. So with 6 minutes left to go, subs coming in on the later stages of this first half as the ball sent back over towards the center R. Gallagher takes one off of the chest, and now here comes Gorman with it. Comes around with a couple spin moves, now over to Vargas, and just a little too far. It's 39-17 left to go. And Marino up ahead, Andicon. Andicon turns around trying to find Rabimbas. It almost feels like Vargas, Rabimbas, and Andicon have some good chemistry going on in their passes, the way that they're able to set each other up. Manhattan just getting lucky with a lot of the missed shots. Just ball is just a little too far out of reach. You got to think when everything starts clicking, that's when the goals are going to pour on, and Rabimbas already has two. Is now a ball crossed up ahead. Cummins comes on, and finally it gets sent away. Santos de Sosa with it. Now over into the corner. Morris Elite doing a good job of pressuring, and then finally coming away with it is Manhattan. Now a body falls, and finally a ball that gets punched back towards the fence. Under 5 left to go in this first half. And a throw-in coming here for Manhattan. After the throw-in, working with it, De Sosa. Another throw-in coming here. Cummins, the one who comes down with it, and Morris Elite takes it again. Now Denblaker trying to get rid of it, and finally, once again, still inside the box, now gets punched, and Lembrick, a line drive right to her face. Just collects, and she's got her third save of the day. Holmes has a ton as well, but Lembrick really hasn't had to go through a lot as Vargas collects on the pass on the far side. Gets punched over to the side a little bit, and now Barino with it. And then now over Rabimbas. Collects now off of her back foot. A beautiful pass. Rabimbas moving on the far side. Sets up Andicon, and Andicon potentially looking to cross. Moves with her right. Now inside the box. Takes a fall. Whistle blows. It'd be interesting to see if it's inside the box or not. If it is, a penalty shot's coming, but everyone's going to move inside the box. They're going to say it's a free kick. Just about a hair or so outside the box. We still got a couple minutes left to go here, 3 minutes or so. And a golden opportunity here, a free kick coming. It's going to be Rabimbas the one to kick it, so Rabimbas looking for the hat trick here. And she's got a free kick coming. Whistle blows. Rabimbas lines up. Fires the shot high and over the net. A good opportunity there from Rabimbas, looking for that third. Regardless, Morris Elite leads 2-0 over Manhattan. Ball set up and over. Gorming gets her chest on it, now moves it up. Rabimbas, couple of moves around, now gives it up to Vargas. Couldn't collect on it, and Rabimbas ends up just losing it as whistles blow, and Cummins looked to be the one who was down. Excuse me, it was Gonzalez, but she's slow to get up. Rabimbas kind of just held her back to make sure she was okay, but everyone seems to be getting up just fine. As a free kick coming here for Manhattan. .42-56, played through, and 2 goals from Rabimbas as Gorman, a ball that was kicked right towards her. Now looking for somewhere to go. Vargas on the far side. Moves into the corner, looking over to cross, fires the shot, and now ball that gets kicked up and towards the right side, and Holmes jumps over to the right, but regardless, Manhattan looking to move quickly. Holmes fires up a ball, moves towards the middle, and an absolute boomer as Barino takes one off the head. An opportunity here for Cummins, set up inside, takes a fall, no whistle, finally a whistle, and we might have our first penalty shot coming here for Manhattan. A yellow card has been issued. Cummins slow to get up. And finally gets up. It'd be interesting to see what they rule here as the clock still ticks. So 43-52. It'll be Cummins the one to potentially kick, and she just pulls back, so it'll be Valicillo. So Lemrick gets her first test here. A 2-0 game. Sets up, fires, and Lemrick off her foot. Heads back once again, and finally into the back of the net. Lemrick couldn't save the second shot. So definitely a little bit to look at here as the refs are going to talk. Definitely looking back at it here. Lemrick kind of had it off her foot and it bounced up and over. I think they're talking about if it was out of play or not, but off the foot, and I mean, definitely that looked like a goal to me. And they're gonna just say it's a goal kick. So as we hit that time, a little bit of a controversial ending here as the ref's still talking now, but Lemrick looks to be set up for the goal kick. A beautiful save on the penalty shot, but just a lot going on inside the box. The ball that was headed right back towards her found the back of the net. As some fans yell, and finally they say it's a goal, so the goal officially counted towards Valicillo. The sub who came in kicked the penalty shot, and 45-40, so 20 seconds left to go, and Morris Elite are going to have to do something quickly with it, but a goal in a little bit of a controversial way coming off that penalty shot. Rabimbas over talking. Vargas as well. Arrojo not happy too, but definitely now a minute over time. Referees are going to have to do something with it. And then finally they kick it off, and that'll just do it on the time. So just being told to kick it off, but regardless, a little bit of a wild ending there as Morris Elite girls are not happy. Can't say the same about the other side with Manhattan as they notch a goal. So a 2-1 game, Rabimbas with 2 goals. And then you got Valicillo as well with a goal coming off that penalty shot. Lembrick looked phenomenal in this one. Kyla Holmes does allow 2 goals, but a bunch of saves to go along with it. She's been under a lot of pressure so far. Lembrick had that perfect save percentage, now make it 3 saves and a goal allowed. So that's where we sit right now in a 2-1 game. Morris Elite leads in this one. Rabembus with 2 and Valencillo with 1. Regardless, in about 15 minutes or so, we're going to see you back here. I've been Nick Carlson here for Morris Sussex Sports. Morris Elite leads this one.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
WIS gives me the freedom to be entrepreneurial, innovative. I feel supported to bring 100% of myself and my personality to work each and every day. I'm the CEO of WIS Family Office. I have 2 amazing children. I'm the daughter of French and Italian immigrants. Above all, I'm someone who derives strength and confidence from my ability to connect with others, and I strive to make a difference in their lives.
Watching your loved one play high school sports is a special time in their life you don't want to regret missing. If you're not present for these events due to drinking, misusing medication, or lost control using drugs recreationally, the team at Recovery Centers of America can help. My name is Don, and I'm a treatment advocate for RCA, and I stopped drinking 30 years ago. If I can do it, so can you. Muster up the courage and call me anytime, even in the middle of the night, at 973-722-4720 for a confidential conversation so we can get you back in the stands where you belong. Concerned family members can also call me. Again, any conversation will be absolutely discreet. I am here for you. Just pick up the phone.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing WIS offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
So cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hi, I'm Rob Guswaller. As the branch manager of our Parsippany location for North Point Bank, I can tell you emphatically that our customers continue to sing our praises. Our community values us as much as we at North Point value our team. Our goal is to always exceed our clients' expectations. If you're just zipping through life and need a helping hand with any of your home buying decisions, please give us a call today.
Is it time for you to replace your roof? Well, give Hadco Builders in Chester, New Jersey a call. They've built an amazing reputation over the past 30 years as one of New Jersey's top builders. Hadco will replace your roof the right way at a super fair price and usually get the job done by the time you come home from work. Call or text Tony to get a quote today at 973-818-8516 or visit them at hadcobuilders.com.
I enjoy helping nonprofits achieve their goals and really accomplish their mission, namely by nurturing my relationship with them, their staff, their donors, their volunteers, and their board members. I think the key to being trusted is really transparency. What I've seen time and time again is that when you give anything the right conditions, the support, the autonomy, trust, your full attention, it will thrive. This is as true for my clients and for my colleagues as it is for myself here at WIS.
I actually used to be deathly afraid of public speaking. I intentionally became an adjunct professor teaching tax, and I also became a Zumba instructor as a way of overcoming this fear of mine. They're both forms of leading and teaching in their own right. Bottom line though, WIS supports my passions. I truly believe that WIS wants me to be the best version of myself, and it's such an amazing feeling that I truly have the freedom to do that here.
Maximum Health Physical Therapy is an individually owned practice with offices in Bud Lake and Long Valley, New Jersey. Our licensed therapists use hands-on manual therapy and are actively involved in our patients' progress. We use a collaborative team approach, which benefits our patients, and we accept most insurance plans, including Medicare. We offer ARPWave neurotherapy, which accelerates healing 10 times faster, drastically decreases chronic pain, is FDA approved, and is covered by most insurance companies. Please visit us at MaximumHealthPT.com and regain the life you love.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
I was born fast. Parisi made me faster.
I thought I could jump. Parisi brought me to new heights.
I wasn't always quick. Parisi made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
Jen Basilino of the Kosher Real Estate Group, LLC, is a Morris County top real estate agent and New Jersey Circle of Excellence Award winner year over year that takes the time and care to understand your real estate needs and concerns. She's extremely successful in representing clients in selling and purchasing a home, new construction, townhouses, million-dollar homes, rentals, and even commercial properties. Call her today at 973-202-2103. Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com. Montella Inc. is a family-owned dumpster rental business located in Stanhope, New Jersey that's been around since 1984. We provide prompt quality service at a reasonable price for our New Jersey customers, whom we consider our family. We don't just take out the trash. Montella Inc. is a full-service waste management company servicing demolition sites, construction projects, factory sites, shopping centers, commercial businesses, and homeowners. Call today at 973-927-2232. Morris Sussex Sports has a big goal we want to ask your help in achieving. One of the most popular things we do is publish digital trading cards of athletes. We feel strongly that high school athletes are one of the most important parts of our community, and the trading cards allow us to recognize and celebrate as many athletes as possible. So, we have a lofty mission to create a trading card for every single athlete that wears a sports jersey in the Morris Sussex area. But to do that, we need more local businesses that want to help us by sponsoring these trading cards. This is a great way for a business to endear themselves to the communities they do business in. And not only would their business be featured prominently as a sponsor of a new scholar athlete every week, we also advertise them across our social media, our website, and our game broadcasts. And we get over 4 million views a week, 80% of whom are adults 35 to 65. There is no other publication or media company that has even close to that reach in this region. So if you know of a local business that loves to support the scholar athletes in their town or their surrounding area and would benefit from the exposure we would bring, please send them our way. Just call or text 973-713-5944 or email george@morrissussexsports.com.
George J. Keller & Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller & Sons. Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
Welcome to the arena.
Back here on Morris Sussex Sports, as well as here at Frederick Douglass Field on the campus of Rutgers Newark. Morris Elite doing battle with the Manhattan Soccer Club, and in this W League match. It's basically been all Melinda Ribimbas. She's been phenomenal so far in this one. She has 2 goals. Compared to, if you look at over on the other side, a little bit of a controversial goal if you're looking and just came in just a couple minutes ago. It was Jalen Villasillo who took a penalty shot, kind of bounced off of Lembrick's foot and then a header, but the refs kind of had missed it. It was Cummins who went over and a yellow card ended up being given. No signal yet on who exactly it was. We're trying to get that information for you, but for Brittany Cummins, she was the one who took a little bit of a fall, got up slowly. A couple of these girls got up a little slowly, as Kayla Gonzalez as well got up a little slowly. She took a little bit of a shot to the stomach during one of the goals from Melina Ribimbas. You look at everyone else at the same time. Vargas credited with an assist. Arrojo's been phenomenal as well, but basically it's been Ribimbas who's new. You got Arrojo who's returning, and then Vargas is new as well. So you've got the 2 new girls and then a returning girl kind of leading the charge in these forwards. Arrojo's been kind of all over the place. Vargas and Ribimbas have just been strictly just firing shots. Arrojo's been setting them up, and then you've got girls like Gallagher and Gorman as well as setting it up. And Dujas has been phenomenal as well. Dujas coming from Marist, and then you look at Jessica Corman, Grace Denblaker, and Elizabeth Gallagher. All of them went to Loyola, Maryland. Gorman is new, and then you've got Gallagher and Denblaker who played for the team last year. Denblaker was pretty good for the team, a goal and no assist to go along with 2 points, but she plays in that midfield line, plays a lot of good defense. Elizabeth Gallagher, 1 goal and 3 assists and 5 points, so she's definitely been a huge driving force to how good this team has been. You look at it in the last season as well, Arrojo was at the top with 2 goals and no assists and 4 points, but Wrigley had 15 points, and really it seems like Ribimbas is going to have to take that role of Lauren Wrigley, a player who they don't have right now due to the Morris Elite. And it seemed like that 1-3-2-4 was working for the Morris Elite. A lot of it was Ribimbas setting up some of these other girls and then getting it back, and that's as to why she had those 2 goals. But a great start to this game in a 2-1 game, as 5 seconds left to get underway here before we start this one. It's going to be Morris Elite together. Some of these girls, specifically Manhattan, have a lot to get going in the offensive zones. As kickoff about set to get underway, it's going to be Andicon the one to kick it off, and looks to be Rimbas as well. On the receipt of the pass is finally set and underway. Ribimbas sets it up and now fires up to Andicon, and we're set and underway here 10 seconds through as Manhattan picking up right where they left off, playing defense here as now they try to escape the zone. Pelisilo, the one who had the goal earlier. One on the receipt of the pass is now getting in control of it. Barino the one with it, and then now moves it over. Worsley's did a good job of controlling the center line. As now ball set up for Andicon, not able to do anything with it, and finally lost out of bounds.
Drop off, Ab.
Now moving quickly with it. Morris Elite doing a good job of penetrating up ahead. Now Ribimbas, a couple of fancy moves. Now Andicon in the corner, looking for Ribimbas once again. Andicon on that far side. And now fires a shot over, and Holmes just catches the bouncing ball. It's been the story of her game so far in this one. Holmes has had to make a lot of saves, and a lot of them have come from all different angles, but both the goals came from basically layups. Ribimbas had a wide open net as now Denblaker collects and fires. Now looking for somewhere to go. And a ball set up and over, and Holmes collects once again, maintaining this offense. Claire Manning in as well as she collects, is now moving quickly with it. Kroger fires a shot from the top and connects for goal number 3 for the Morris Elite. 2 from Ribimbas and now Kroger as well. So 3 goals so far in this one, 150 through. We have our 3rd goal coming quickly in this one, and Kroger with an absolute laser. Manhattan had set one up and just a fire on the right side. Holmes couldn't make the play. And a laser of a bouncing ball. Morris will lead up 3-1.
Go on, go.
Now moving up with it. Manhattan doing a good job of moving inside the corner, off offensive zone here. As now once again, moving quickly. Across, that just kind of bounces off the foot weird, and now Morris Elite trying to collect it inside the box. Still moving with it. As now Morris Elite finally has it, and a body falls as finally whistles blow. Abani Birch was the one who was going at it in the corner. And a bunch of bodies fall, but whistles blow, 2:44 through. Vargas and Andicon. Done a good job in Andicon right now. Still in this one. Rabimbas as well. So they've sat Vargas. They brought in Sam Kroger. And now looking up ahead. And finally a ball that goes out of bounds. So Manhattan doing a good job of at least stunning the Morris Elite, but didn't really do much help because 3-1 game and 3:20 through. Manhattan looking for somewhere to go. As now another turnover, now pushed up ahead through the legs of one of the defenders. Claire Manning getting a little nifty as the ball sent back towards the corner. So 3:40 through, and Manhattan got a little bit of an answer on the back half that last minute or so with a penalty shot. Really their first real good look, and other than that, had a couple of looks here and there, but really Arden Lembrick has basically looked like a brick wall so far in this one. No one's really been able to move it past her. Kyla Holmes, on the other hand, has been great in her saves. As Claire Manning moving around a couple and then finally gets stunned as now here comes Manhattan. Moving up ahead with it. Cummins collects, and now ball that gets punched over. Birch, she's wide open looking for somewhere to go. And then now punched up ahead, off the head, and Lembrick will just come out of the net and collect it, but officially 4.5 through and a 3-1 game. So Barino now pushes over. The turnover, now Birch looking on the receipt of the pass. Thought about going that way, and then now gets it back over. Manhattan moving into the zone. Has an opportunity, but a turnover here on a bad pass. Manhattan just kind of sets one back up, and now here comes Rabimbas. Rabimbas up ahead, finds a flying Morris Elite down the side, and then now up ahead. Sam Kroger, once again, Andicon fires a shot, and right into the hands of Holmes. Just on the outside box. Kroger and Andicon, it seems like you brought in Vargas. Now you take out Vargas, and Kroger basically just doing the same thing. As Denblaker tries to get a foot on it, now over to Gallagher, and Gallagher once again doing a good job. And Barino will set up Manning. Manning could fly. We've seen it time and time again as now Manning looks to run and now fires a shot. Finds a cut in Kroger, and they're just forced to stop. Offsides would have been called. But Sam Kroger had a little bit of a couple steps behind, so you've got great players in Vargas, Andicon, and Rabimbas, and you sub out Vargas. And a lot can be done with it as the ball set in and Holmes collects it, so. Holmes, as we talked about, has been really good, and this is her first year on the team. Lucy Gilbert and Tyler Hawkins, the two who had played, is now Morris Elite moving into the box, and across her bed, Andicon's got a wide open shot, fires it, bounces off the fence and comes right back. So a cold kick coming, but regardless, Andicon with a golden opportunity. And it came with 6:40 being played through here in this second half. 51-45 in total. Birch Off the goal kick, Barino as well getting involved. Now Denblaker takes a couple steps in, and a ball too far out of the way.
Nick, I think you got Danny.
Villasila was the one who was on target for the pass, but off the kick in. Now Rabimbas sets it, and then Birch loses it, so Rabimbas will set it right back up, and now over to Kroger. Kroger on the near side, and a ball that gets pushed back out. So basically just throwing their way down the line towards the net, getting a little closer to Holmes, and once again kicked away, so they'll throw it down even further. Rabimbas just kind of just keeps chucking it in, hoping for the best, and she sends it in. Now Andicon sets it back, and finally out of bounds. So about a minute and a half went by right there, and the majority of it for nothing. He's now looking to set once again. Manhattan just crosses over, trying to get it away from some of the Morris Elite. Tarujits,
Let's go, let's pick this up, please. Find your rhythm here.
the one who was right
Danny,
over
Nick,
there.
let's go, come on.
As 8-11 through. Lucy Gillen and Tyler Hawkins, the last goaltenders, as Kyla Holmes, granted it is 3 goals, but she's been pretty phenomenal in goal. As Manning receives the pass, and 5 games played for Gillett, 12 goals against and 24 saves. So definitely a goaltender that allows a lot compared to Tyler Hawkins, who has 49 saves and 14 goals against. But regardless, it's Manhattan with the ball moving quickly towards the box, pushing over Cummins. Cummins sets and now pushes back over to the near side. There comes Velasilo. Velasilo on the near finds Birch, just a little out of her reach. She's able to get a foot on it and pushes over towards the box as now Rabimbas moving around a couple. Rabimbas moving quickly. She's got a lot in front of her, and now turnover here from Rabimbas. You don't see that a lot from Rabimbas, considering that she's got the 2 goals. As now Manhattan, the second straight offensive possession this last couple minutes. Now a shot fired, and on the left side. Lembrick just watched it go, but it hits the left side of the net. Lembrick hasn't really had to make a save so far in this one, or at least in this this second half. Saved the penalty shot, wasn't able to save that second one that came in pretty quickly. As Denblaker fires one up ahead, tries to find a cutting Andicon, just a little too far out of her reach. Bert's able to get a foot on it and pushes it back over. Now here it comes for Manhattan. Velasilo. Working. Now moves it over to the center. Gallagher still with it, now gives it over. Rabimbas once again with it. Scott Crower to her left. Rabimbas, a hesitation, a shot fired off the crossbar, just off the hands of Holmes. That might have saved it, but Manning still with it here for Morris Elite. 10:22 through, and it's basically been all Rabimbas. She's got 2 goals, looking for her hat trick. As Morris Elite looking to set something up. Now moving on the far side. A ball set over, and now punched out of bounds. So a throw in coming. It's going to be Kroger, the one. As we've played 11 minutes through, and the ball set in. As whistles blow, as now it looked like, I don't have the number on it, but a Morris Elite player, when she took a ball kind of off the leg and then just fell. No signal, she just kind of got hit weird or got hit in the stomach, but regardless, she looks to be okay, so a free kick coming here in 11 and a half through. It's going to be Rabimbas, the one to kick it. She's been all over the free kicks as well as the corner kicks. She's been great. Bimbas, 2 goals, looking for that hat trick. Really living up to the name of the 2022 Player of the Year, and a header up and through, and now pushed over, and then back towards the left side fence. So Holmes doing a good job of coming out of the net, but regardless, Manhattan's going to try to push. Now here comes Denblaker. Now Manhattan moving quickly, and then now up ahead. Corman doing a good job in the corner, and a ball that pushes out of bounds. So 57-22 through, and we have potential subs coming in, and we will. It's going to be Wakaba Korg coming in, and then Brittany Cummins going to take a seat. But regardless, you've got Birch, and now Rabimbas on the run, trying to do something, and a ball sent back for Holmes. Kroger was in the vicinity, and regardless, now quickly pressured by Rabimbas, and Manhattan just trying to get it out. Finally they do, headed on through, Manning with it. Manning makes a couple moves, and then Rabimbas is too far out of her reach, but she's looking for that number 3, and almost at that 60-minute mark. Definitely a possibility. Manning doing a good job on defense. Kroger intercepts the pass, now moving quickly on the top of the box, fires one over. Manning was in the vicinity, and now Manhattan looking to push it up. Villasilo with it, runs in to Gallagher. No whistle called, and now at center. Here, Vallecillo now finally takes a fall. A little bit of, I don't know if it was retaliation, but Denblaker kind of shoved her to the ground on a free kick. Here for Manhattan. Here in the debut for the W League. Morris Elite and Manhattan. Battle of a very good team in Morris Elite at that 8-1-3. Compared to Manhattan, as now a body falls. Claire Manning hit the deck, and a free kick coming now in return for the Morris Elite. Gallagher trying to set something up. Barrino looking at her as well. Manning moves a couple steps forward, and now finally goes that.
Just move together. Keep the shape.
Now ball set up. Andicon on the far side. Went off her foot weird, and now Birch with it. A whistle's blow, and offside's called. Andicon took that ball off of her foot weird. Andicon, a newer player. She's been great so far in her debut, as Denblaker lost it on her foot. Now up ahead for Manhattan. Moving up ahead. Gallagher doing a good job. Manning now gets involved as well and sticks with it. Now over. Back over to Rabimbas. Now over. Andicon. Andicon back to Rabimbas. Runs into some trouble. Now looking for somewhere to go. Keep it in bounds, and she can't. Lost it out of bounds. 15 minutes through and 30 left to go in this second half. Manhattan's going to have to do something. As now whistles blow, as Villasilo took a little bit of a fall, now holding that left leg. Looks like she got kicked in the leg. Now holding that ankle. Villasilo, who had that goal earlier on the penalty shot. Now slow to get up and now limping. And still limping, Villasilo just trying to shake it out, but regardless, we're going to play on with a free kick sent up and in. Inside the box, pushed over, and Lembrick just had to come out of the box and save it, so she's had a good amount of saves so far in this one. Did allow that save, but Andicon trying to set up Kroger going way down the field. Kroger running it down, now inside, and Holmes sends it back over. So a little bit of near danger there, as now Andicon looks one over, and Gallagher sends it back over to Lembrick. So It's going to be Barino the one with it and gets it over Andicon once again. A beautiful play over to Rimbas. Rimbas now finds a cutter, gets behind the defense, and whistles blow, offsides. I mean, she got just completely behind her to Dujits. Defense wasn't really even set behind her. Dujits, second in point scoring last season, trying to get on this season as Barino, and whistles blow immediately as a body falls. Claire Manning all over that one. Manning now some words to say, can't tell from up here in the press box, but a free kick coming here for Manhattan.
Danny, can you hit this? Danny, can you hit this?
Kayla Gonzalez going to be the one for the free kick. Now they decide to rotate. It's going to be Lonick. Haven't really seen a lot of Lonick in this one. Cummins, the top player for Manhattan as a returning player, as Lonick sends it in, and a ball headed away, still inside the box, now able to get it away. Gallagher tries to get a foot on it before it rolls all the way towards the far side, and Manhattan just recollects it with 18 left to go. They fire another one into the box. It just gets headed right back. So Morris Elite doing a great job defensively. Manhattan just trying to do something with it, and a ball finally that goes out of bounds. A throw-in coming for Manhattan. That is Lonick. Sets and then pushes over. Birch on the receipt of the pass. 63 minutes through. Birch sets one over. Anacon off her foot, now trying to chase it down. Trying to get involved as well before it just gets sent back over to Holmes. Near disaster there for Manhattan as Denblaker takes one off the head. Kroger off her foot, now Manning with it. Manning now over. Gives it back over to Denblaker. Lost it on her foot and a turnover as Andicon trying to get it before finally Manhattan recollects and sends it back to Birch. They'll go back to Holmes, and we'll reset back here in the defensive zone. Morsley doing a good job of pressure. .19:30 played and 64-33. 3-1 game before whistles blow. Rabimbas has been the storyline in this one with her 2 goals. Has a free kick coming. Rabimbas having NJ Player of the Year for 22 is a feat within itself, but her accolades in general, and to go along with this 2-goal game in her debut, has been phenomenal as the ball sent in on the free kick, still inside the box, and then now trying to get punched away. Finally, Manhattan sends it away, and now over towards the middle. Manhattan's still there, but Morris Elite able to get a foot on it. Now Barino with it. Barino looking for somewhere now, scrambling back. Now sends it over to her safety valve in Lembrick. And then now up ahead, Manning. Manning on the near side, pushes one up. Now tries to find a cut in Kroger. Kroger, if there's an offsides called, not called. Kroger, she's got the one-on-one. Kroger, the move, the shot, and a beautiful move by Kroger. Moving with the left and right, and just got Holmes jumping and fires it into the back of the net. Sam Kroger has got a goal and make it 4-1 here off a beautiful and nifty move at the 65-minute mark. Just completely getting behind the defense. And then you'll see it right here, just the move from left to right. And then just fires in a nice little layup. 4 layups here for Morris Elite, just being able to get right behind the defenders. Holmes has been under a lot, but a 4-1 game, and clock still runs, 66 left to go, and Sam Kroger, she's got her second so far in this one. So Rabimbas with 2, Kroger with 2, and then on the other side, specifically for Manhattan off that PK earlier, you've got Valicilo as well. As now once again Morris Elite still applying the pressure, and Manning now with it. Manning runs into some trouble, and then Denblaker sends it over as well. So Birch with it, and then back over towards the arc. Denblaker as well getting involved. 21:53 through. And Denblaker just trying to do something on that far side before that ball just rolls just a little out of bounds. They don't say it's out of bounds, so Lembrick thought it was, and finally whistles blow. Lembrick gave that look like she thought that it went out. Whistles didn't blow, and then a little bit of a late one there. But regardless, Lembrick with her 5 saves. Holmes, on the other hand, a boatload of them. As now Andicon lost it for a second out of bounds, able to ride the line, now down the side, and finally, before it gets punched out of bounds. Alex West, the one who punched it out, and Manning now kicks it off the foot of a couple of Manhattan defenders, but Morris Elite has been everywhere in that offensive zone. 4 goals coming to Rabimbas. And then now recently from Kroger, as Birch able to take it away, now looking to set up Manhattan. Villasilo, who had that ankle problem, looks to be just running just fine, is now over on the far side. Manhattan looking to set something up. The crosser through and way off target and off the mark. Rises up and over the net. Lembrick just watches it go. Goal kick coming here for Lembrick and the Morris Elite. As 68-18 played through. And that's 68-22. Rabimbas had 2 goals. Now Kroger in this second half has 2 goals. So be interesting to see who strikes first on the hat trick, if it even happens. But Denblaker pushes one up. It ends up turned over. 23:42 left to go, and a shot fired. A little bit of a bouncing ball, misses way to the right as Lembrick once again hasn't had to save a lot of shots. A lot of them have been off the target, but Lembrick goes over to talk as everybody moves up, and Lembrick finally makes her way over towards the ball. As Hawkins and Gillett, as I talked about earlier, when you look at Kyla Holmes in her first season, has allowed 4 goals today. Gillett and Hawkins all, with Gillett having 12 and Hawkins having 14, and the save percentage as well. But regardless, Andicon now moving inside the box, moving with the left, fires a shot, Rimbas, and now Rabimbas fires on the right side, and a hat trick here in game number 1, as well as her first game in her debut for Morris Elite. A beautiful shot and a hat trick coming 69 minutes through, and we're still not even done yet. Andicon set it up perfectly, and Rabimbas right inside that middle. Kyla Holmes, you saw that look on her face, not happy. A lot of pressure coming her way. It's going to be Birch for the kickoff, but it looks like Rabimbas won't be taking a seat as subs come in. Sophia Cavalieri comes in as well, and then Ella Spina. So they're going to decide to keep Rabimbas, Kroger, and Andicon. They've been the main goal scorers in this one. As now Kroger with it, and now tangled up, whistles blow. Kroger looked like she was getting held by Velocillo. Regardless, everything seems to be going Morris Elite's way, as now Manning with it, pushes up ahead. Andicon, everything seems to go right when she has the ball in her hands, and she fires one off of the side of the leg of a couple of Manhattan defenders, as Birch now with it off the turnover. 26-11 played through, and Manning tried to get a foot on it before it ends up back over. Manhattan's done a good job of getting to the circle, just hasn't really been able to do a whole lot much with it, as right on cue, they turn it over. Manning with it over on the far side. And now Rabimbas. Rabimbas takes a fall and whistles blow. Rabimbas with the hat trick, getting up a little slowly as she holds that ankle. Definitely something to look at if you're head coach Steph Savino. Interesting if she's going to pull her or not. As now she goes down, definitely holding that left leg. And then now limping. So a free kick coming. For Bimba, still something to look at as she still limps on that left. And Gallagher fires one up. Kroger tried to head it. Now Manning trying to recollect. Manning doing a good job of holding. And then now gets it back. Gallagher now over Spina. With it, Manhattan ends up taking it away. Up ahead, Velasilo looking to get around. Now spinning and turning. And then she just fires back. So a lot of turning and spinning here from Manhattan.
Come to it.
As whistle blow finally as a free kick coming. Subs as well look to be potentially coming in. Alex Essex, Tatiana Austin, the ones who look to have the yellow pennies in their hand. Not sure if they're going to come in or not. Still, we got 18 minutes left to go in this one. As Marina pushes one back over towards the line, and Manhattan's going to have a throw in here. Finally, we're going to have the subs come in, so it's going to be Alex Essex coming in as well as Tatiana Austin. Both of them 20 years old and in college. Is now Essex with it. Gets Andicon to fall. Now runs in, a lot of contact. She stays with it, sets up for Birch. Has now a ball set, fires. Velasilo a bouncing ball. And Lembrick makes the save. One of her countless saves. You take out that second chance point with the penalty shot. Lembrick's been perfect so far in this one. As Gallagher pushes one up ahead, and then now Andicon once again wide open on that side, moving up with it. It's got Kroger on her side, now looks over Rabimbas, Kroger as well, but regardless, ends up in the hands of Holmes. Now Manhattan ends up losing to Andicon on the far side. Looking to spin around, has it, and then bounces over away from it. And a ball that just bounces off the fence is last off Andicon. So almost at that 20-minute left to go mark. If Manhattan's going to do something, those 4 goals are going to have to come soon. Ripping off a goal every 5 minutes would be the start. But Manhattan just playing the header game as Birch. And finally whistles blows, a free kick coming. Velasilo had that goal. Has been very animated over these last couple minutes or so. Is Manning able to get a foot on it? And then now pushes it back over. Velasilo couldn't collect, and now Rabimbas with it. Off the steal's got Kruger to her left. Rabimbas makes a couple moves. Now looks over to her left and then goes that way. Rabimbas trying to collect, and finally just sets it back up for Manning. As now Andicon sets one back over, finds a cutter, pushed up back over into the box, and finally out of play. And a quarter kick coming as Rabimbas is going to head over there. Looking for potentially her 4th goal. A little tough to do in the corner, but Rabimbas has shown flashes of that 2022 NJ Player of the Year for girls soccer only in high school. "14 minutes through, and Rabimbas. Everybody lines up inside the box. And she fires over on side and just right into the hands of Holmes. And she'll get rid of it, but Holmes has been very good as now Birch tries to recollect. It's a 1-on-3. Birch really has nowhere to go. Moving with the right, and finally just ends up getting taken away as Manning comes up with it and looks over to Andicon. Andicon going to set up for somewhere to go and finds Kruger. Kruger moving with a lot of speed. Ends up just getting taken away as It'll just be Holmes to set it back up again. Kruger's shown a lot of speed so far in this one, a huge reason as to why she's got those 2 goals. Has now a scramble for it inside the middle, and finally Birch able to just reset before she gets the ball back. Birch sets him back over to the side. Just a little bit off target, but regardless, they're going to try to set up Birch again, and just a little off of her put. As it'll still be Manhattan with it. Velasillo on the box, making a couple moves, hesitations now, moving on to that far side. And then now trapped in the corner, Velasillo's really got to do something with it. You're running out of time to really mount some sort of anything as Velasillo finally takes a fall and it ends up in Morris Elite's hands. Manning had it for a second, then now Manhattan back with it. Anacon doing a good job of playing defense as now Manning takes one off the chest and still moving with it. Manhattan's been very close to the box the majority of the game, but hasn't been able to do a whole lot with it. As now they're able to move towards the side, and it's going to be a corner kick. They're going to say that was last off the Morris Elite, so it's going to be a corner kick coming here for Manhattan, and what's felt like one of their better opportunities that we've seen over these last couple of minutes or so, specifically over the last second half. Regardless, corner kick set to get underway. It's been West trading back and forth, but with West subbed out, want to see exactly who it is as Rabimbas is going to come off. So they're going to bring Mrs. Hattrick off. As well as Courtney Root. But regardless, on the other side, a corner kick sent in, headed away. Now still in the box, a shot fired up and over, and Lembrick watches it go. As they're going to say it was last off of Manhattan. The girls are trying to make the argument that it went off the back of a Morris Elite player. It looked like it from this angle, but regardless, Barino's going to take it, and we're set to get back underway for Morris Elite, ready to try to dominate more in the offense as they push one over to Andicon, a little too far out of her reach. Kruger sets it up, and it goes through her legs. And then now off the throw, and Kruger once again back with it in those bright orange cleats. Kruger moving, sets it over Andicon on the near side. Andicon fires one over, and it just gets punched away as now headed back. And then now Birch sets one over, shoves her down. No whistle, and Birch fires one off the foot of Gallagher. It looked like Birch just completely ran over. But it's going to be a corner kick coming. Velasillo is going to be the one to kick it. Actually, Carrara is going to be the one to kick it for this side. So they've switched sides. Carrara fires the corner a little too far, and it's still inside the box. Manhattan still looking for somewhere. Now Claire Manning takes one off the chest and now over into the corner. Trying to do something with it. Now she finally takes a fall. No whistle blows. A lot of bodies falling inside the box. Moving around. Finally, Barino's had enough and takes her foot and steps on it before Versillo recollects. 35-60 played through in 10 minutes. As now Birch sees one up over. Lembrick's got to come out and dives on top of it. Birch had an opportunity. Lembrick did a good job of jumping on top of it. As now Andicon looking for somewhere to go. Sets one over. He's got the crosser. No offsides call. Here comes the Morris Elite inside the box. The shot not even getting off the foot as Holmes just jumps out. Interested to see if they're going to rule this a goal kick, and they will. So they're going to say that it went last off the Morris Elite, so Holmes is going to set back up. And Manhattan's just going to look to mount some sort of momentum to lead into this next game. As Kroger sets it over. A couple of moves looking back for Kroger. Kroger wasn't ready. Cavaliere, the one who tried to set up a little bit of a nifty move there, as now Gorman gets involved as well. If it sticks where it is now in a 5-1 game, it'll be a phenomenal debut for the Morris Elite, as Andicon making a couple of moves. Now Kruger, a couple of more moves, moving with the left. Tries to set up another, and Gallagher just a little too far out of her reach. Holmes came out, but if it's sticking at 5-1, Morris Elite last season a 5-0 game over Westchester Flames, and then they won 6-1 over FA Euro New York. So this will be tied for their second largest victory, as Andicon moves it over to Manning. Manning inside the box. A couple of moves, lost it for a second, then Manhattan doing a good job, but Kroger as well doing a good job of playing defense. Kroger gets a foot on it. Now moving over with it. Cavaliere able to step inside, fires a shot, bounces up, and Holmes takes the bouncing ball, and 7 minutes left to go here on this one. Birch on the kick. A lot of bodies falling. Now over towards the side. Manhattan moving inside the box, and a ball fired. Lembrick jumps out to make the save. I don't think it would have went in, regardless if Lembrick wasn't there, but lunges out to make it. An 83-40 played through. Lembrick adds another save to her debut resume right now for the Morris Elite. Kroger over. Kroger and Andicon have done a good job of passing back and forth, and once again, right on cue, Kroger up ahead, gets behind some of the defense now inside the box. Goes back for Manning. Manning to Andicon, lines up, fires, shot over the top of the net. Holmes watches another go by. You take away all the ones that have sailed over the net. Holmes is in double digits in terms of the shots that she's taking a look at come her way. As Kroger once again, she's been everywhere with the ball, fires another shot left. If we're counting it on the goal on the left side, she's got a hat trick, but we're going for the one in the middle. The one that Kyla Holmes is manning, and she's been managing it very well. The 5 goals is definitely a stat to look at, but Morris Elite once again back with it. Manning fires another shot on the side, and it gets past Kyla Holmes, making 6 goals. Claire Manning able to break through on the top of the box and make it a 6-1 game here with 5 left to go and under 5. Claire Manning notches her first goal. There's a beautiful play through, and Kyla Manning. Kyla just not able to really lunge out and make any sort of effort on it. Just a little too far out of her reach. As still showing a lot of pressure are the Morris Elite. As now back with it. Andicon on the receipt of the pass, but just a little too far out of her reach. Birch now up ahead with it, now pushing over towards the near side. Everybody scrambles back, and then now on the run, Barino's got to get something away with it as now Birch comes back over and then sets up. Almost at the 4-minute mark and running out of time. 6-1 is quite the deficit, so heading into this next game for Manhattan, want to try to mount as much as possible. Team that sat at the bottom of the standings in that 4-7-1 record. The bottom 4 of the teams trying to get something going as Manning takes a body, now pushes one up, and Manhattan doing a good job of getting it away, but ends up over in Gallagher's hands as now Gallagher Tried to chase one down, but it just punches out of bounds. So 41-38 played through in this one, and 86-40 in total. Started with Rabimbas and those 2 goals. You look ahead. Kroger as well. Regardless, at the center with 3 minutes left to go, it's almost felt like it's been all Morris Elite as whistles blow. Andicon back with it, and then now loses it out of bounds. But looking ahead, bearing any catastrophe in this Morris Elite game, you got Manhattan today. You beat them 6-1 with just about 2.5 left to go. You got AC Connecticut coming to town as well, FA Euro New York, and then you're going to play Manhattan again. It's actually AC Connecticut and then Cedar Stars you'll play, so those are the next 2 games with Andicon on the receipt of the pass on the near side. And then makes a couple moves. Andicon's got a shot here, now pushes up. Manning wasn't ready for it. Now at the top of the box, the ball set through and punched away by Kyla Holmes. A good save there. Does have 6 goals against her, but a lot of them have come at very excruciating circumstances. As you look, Rabimbas with 2. Vargas has been everywhere, but she only played in the first half. Andicon's played the whole entire game. Rojko as well. And a goal kick coming here is a lot of time being wasted, 1.5 minutes through. Kyle Holmes looking to set something up. Finally she does, punches it back towards. And then now Morris Elite just able to get a foot on it. Manhattan's still able to retake possession though. It'll be Cedar Stars on June 10th, and then the Long Island Rough Riders on June 17th as well, in that doubleheader game on Saturday. So Andicon takes one off the stomach and then tries to do something with it, and then now back over. Center, Manning eyes it down, and 45 seconds left to go in this 6-1 game. There was a time of possession. It'd feel like Morris Elite had at least 60 minutes or so, bearing a couple of good opportunities and a breakaway that led to a penalty shot for Lembrick. Andicon, the one, ends up with it. Andicon sets it back up. Birch tries to recollect, and then Lembrick able to just take it, boot it back away. As now Manning tries to get involved as well, and whistles blow, so a free kick coming, but regardless, that's probably going to do it for this one as the clock runs down. 90 minutes hit. All they got to do is just hit the free kick, and this 6-1 game's going to go into the books. And finally sent on through. Andicon watches it go by. And Manning as well. As finally whistles blow. And that's going to do it here for Morris Elite versus the Manhattan Soccer Club in a 6-1 game. The headliners in this one, Elena Rabimbas, the high schooler, as well as the 2022 Soccer Player of the Year. 2 goals. You look over at Sam Kruger as well. She came in the second half, scored 2 goals pretty quickly. And then you also got Manning as well, who got involved late with a stripe on the center of the box. But that's a 6-1 game here, and the controversial goal coming on the back half. But a lot of good things to look at here, specifically from a momentum standpoint. 6 goals, you tie your record best, came from last year. And then you've got some good competition coming as well with the ACC Connecticut. You've also got Cedar Stars and the Long Island Rough Riders over these next 4 home games being played here at Rutgers Newark. But regardless, for everybody here, the production staff, for all the girls, in a 6-1 game, Morris Elite takes this one, as well as a big thanks to Morris Sussex Sports for producing. I've been Nick Carlson right here on Morris Sussex Sports. We'll see you at the next one. And now moving off the side, Vargas moving quickly and punched up ahead. She's got a cutter, moving over, recollects, fires the shot, just a little wide open layup, and the first goal of the season comes via Morris Elite. Now not there, and now moving up ahead. Cummins with it. Cummins moving on the near side, skips around a couple, has an angle, fires a shot. Lembrick with a save off the hands. Just off her right side. Andicon over on the far side. Finally gets that one and now moves inside the box. Andicon sets one up. Vargas sets it. Fires a shot and it gets punched up. Kyla Holmes, a beautiful right-handed save, just punched it up in the air. We have a corner kick outside the box. Andicon gets a foot on it. Another turnover. Now sets up as a cutter over Dujet. A one-on-one. And finally Kyla Holmes slides out and makes a save. Kyla Holmes spreads the needle through, now over. Rabimbas tries to find a cutter, now over to Andicon. Andicon over on the far side, moving quickly and fires the shot and scores! Rabimbas once again moves towards the middle, an absolute boomer as Burrito takes one off the head. An opportunity here for Cummins, set up inside, takes a fall, no whistle, finally a whistle. And we might have our first penalty shot coming here for Manhattan. So Lemrick gets her first test here. A 2-0 game. Sets up, fires, and Lemrick off her foot. Heads back once again, and finally into the back of the net. Lemrick couldn't save the second shot. Claire Manning in as well. She collects, is now moving quickly with it. Kroger fires a shot from the top and connects for goal number 3 for the Morris Elite. Lucy Gilbert and Tyler Hawkins, the two who had played, is now Morris Elite moving into the box and across her bed. Andicon's got a wide open shot, fires it, bounces off the fence and comes right back. So Gallagher still with it, now gives it over. Rabimbas once again with it. Scott Kroger to her left. Rabimbas, a hesitation, a shot fired off the crossbar, just off the hands of Holmes. That might have saved it, but Manning on the near side pushes one up. Now tries to find a cut in Kroger. Kroger, if there's an offsides called, not called. Kroger, she's got the one-on-one. Kroger, the move, the shot, and a beautiful move by Kroger, moving with the left and right. Hawkins all, with Gillett having 12 and Hawkins having 14, and the save percentage as well. But regardless, Andicon now moving inside the box, moving with the left, fires a shot, Rimbas, and now Rabimbas fires on the right side, and a hat trick. And she's been managing it very well. The 5 goals is definitely a stat to look at, but Morris Elite once again back with it. Manning fires another shot on the side, and it gets past Kyla Holmes, making 6 goals